exercise caution.
A hero's journey always begins with an impossible goal. An enemy determined to stop him, and a team of elite warriors by his side.
Okay, maybe not always.
Hey, you guys, I'm Jamie Chung, and I play Go-Go in Disney's Big Hero 6.
Why is he wearing carbon fiber underpants?
I also know karate.
For director Don Hall, getting a chance to make a Disney movie based on a Marvel comic was the culmination of a lifelong dream.
I loved two things when I was a kid. I loved Disney animation and I loved Marvel comics. Fortunately for me, Disney had just purchased Marvel. I started just making lists of Marvel properties that I thought would be cool. And I came across one called Big Hero 6.
Once he unearthed it, he saw so much promise in it, and it got him excited and made him pitch the idea to John Lasseter.
And he lit up and thought that there was an emotional story there, as well as just something that could be really cool.
Don took the spirit of the characters and the name of the comic books, and that's what the film became, something absolutely original.
The big challenge was, yeah, okay, let's make a big superhero film, but what makes it a Disney animation comic book film? What makes it unique to us?
We tried to set out to make a superhero movie that was a Disney animation superhero movie, and we had to ask ourselves what that meant.
The filmmakers needed just the right starting point for their story, which it turns out came in a helpful suggestion from their friends at Marvel.
The original concept in the comic book was Baymax was built by Hero's father.
And I remember looking at that pitch and I said, no, let's switch this around. Let's make Baymax a brother.
The more we talked about that, the more we realized the story of Hiro and Tadashi, the two brothers, might work better as a Disney animated film.
The fact that Tadashi created this nurse bot that essentially ends up taking care of Hiro really is kind of the center of our story.
And the focus on the Tadashi Hiro / Baymax relationship gave the movie a relatable access point for everybody.
Hello.
And Don did a very interesting thing early on. He pulled together a brother summit where, not having a brother, he actually asked us, all of us who have brothers, to come into the room and talk about those relationships.
We all brought these personal stories of what we do with our siblings.
I kind of see myself in Tadashi because a lot of it is based on personal experience. My mom passed away when I was 5, and me being the oldest one, I always make sure that my brother and I are always together.
There's things in there that just make you feel, and I think that's what makes this distinctly a Disney superhero movie.
It's been said, a hero will walk alone, forged by his own deeds against impossible odds. Is it just me, or does that sound really lonely? I say if you're gonna go on a journey, bring friends.
Everybody say Hiro!
Hero! Yeah! The way we work at Disney Animation is that, we screen our films every 12 weeks.
We have this big note session afterwards with our brain trust, which is basically our heads of story, other writers from other pictures, other directors, filmmakers from other projects. And they come in, and after a screening, they just give a ton of notes on what they just saw.
And you do it again and again and again and again. And hopefully, by the time you get to your last screen, you really have a good sense of what the movie is.
At Marvel, we write a script, we shoot that script. John and the team dive in and sort of find it as it's going along the way.
This film was interesting because you had an origin story, this team that comes together, but then you also had a very specific story between Baymax and Hiro. And so you had to service that story, but you also had to service the story of the team coming together.
Really what makes a great superhero movie, what makes a great superhero is the alter ego. What makes Iron Man great is not Iron Man or that suit, it's Tony Stark. The same can be said with Big Hero 6. You get to know who they are before they ever put on those costumes.
It is funny because you identify with all of them in some way or another. I mean, Fred is the fanboy that I am and was, getting to live out his fantasy. I feel like I'm getting to live out my fantasy every day by making a movie like Big Hero 6.
Wasabi is able to be the voice of the audience. So when someone says, hey, let's become superheroes, he can say, whoa, 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 that sounds dangerous, crazy.
We can't go against that guy. We're nerds.
If I was one of the Big Hero 6, strangely enough, I'd probably pick Honey Lemon. Because Honey Lemon can pretty much do anything.
I think I'd want to be Go-Go. She's just so independent and strong. She's so cool.
I think I would want to be Baymax. They're all heroes, but Baymax is the soft, squishy center of the team.
It was very important to me that we do something different. You know, I didn't want to put a robot on screen that we'd seen before. So I knew our task was going to be a difficult one.
One of the things we wanted to do early on is make sure that the science actually had some basis in fact.
That meant that we really had to do a lot of research into technology and not look at what we have now, but look at what's coming in the next 5 to 10 years.
So there was a lot of research done in robotics, in chemistry.
And it was at Carnegie Mellon, actually, that we discovered soft robotics.
Which essentially was an arm that had a substructure, but then was covered with inflatable vinyl.
They'll be used in the future in the healthcare industry. And I thought that was going to be a perfect, very appealing, kind of huggable robot, which we all wanted Baymax to be.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion.
The face of Baymax actually came from, we were at a shrine in Tokyo and I saw some bells that had a very distinct design on the bells.
It was 2 circles with a line attached to it, and I thought like, oh, there's something really interesting and spiritual and also robotics.
And I thought that would make it a very appealing face for Baymax, and I actually really loved the idea that we would limit his expression.
It was also important with this huggable robot to come up with a very endearing, sweet walk.
Come on!
And so the animators looked at all types of birds and mammals and whatnot, and it came down to the cutest thing that we could find was a toddler in diapers. And specifically a toddler with a full diaper. That was the key.
One of Baymax's most memorable moments began with a simple gesture.
Fist bump!
Fist bump is not in my fighting database.
The fist bump came out of just a desire to give Tadashi and Hiro a mannerism.
Once Hiro instinctively starts to bond with Baymax, he goes right to that same action.
I think one of the greatest gifts within this whole production has been Scott Adset.
His interpretation of a robot's interpretation of that sound.
Ba-la-la-la.
It was one of those amazing, spontaneous moments that you're constantly on a search for in animation.
Ba-la-la-la. I will add fist bump to my caregiving matrix.
And so, of course, we were like, let's protect this. This has to be part of the story. And we actually started building more and more moments that use the fist bump.
And it's turned out to be one of the greatest moments in the film.
For Hiro Hamada, the next step in his transformation would require a very big leap of faith.
Before there was ever a story in place, before we ever had everything kind of ratcheted down, I knew there was going to be a scene where this kid takes this robot out on a flight. There's a wonderful moment where they become sort of symbiotic and that they're flying together and both enjoying this moment together.
You know, it goes back to Peter Pan, it goes back to Dumbo. Flight is, you know, probably one of the greatest dreams that we ever have in our childhood.
Somehow that scene always connects to the 8-year-old fan of Disney animation and Marvel Comics to me. So it almost represents me getting to live out this dream of making this movie.
Yes!
Like so many superheroes before him, Hiro Hamada's journey takes him through a strange and wondrous new world, which you might just recognize.
We literally took U.S. Geological Survey maps of the city of San Francisco, pulled together with Tokyo culturally and visually.
When I would see shots, it gave me the feeling that you weren't just dropped into a slice of time. The people who created this world had a sense of the history that led up to that time.
We took thousands and thousands of pictures and sent the art team to San Francisco multiple times.
We tried to keep the city feeling like San Francisco, but have it feel like something has changed, and the changes in the aesthetic design given to the details.
We wanted it to feel like a thriving metropolis. And to do that, we needed to populate it with a great amount of people, traffic, and an art direction that made you really feel like it was kind of a future universe in a certain sense.
But breaking ground on an all-new city also required some groundbreaking tech.
We wanted to create something new that was unlike anything anyone had seen before.
So really, over a 3-year period, we totally reinvented how we render our imagery.
It's called Hyperion, and it allows a very realistic light simulation.
We capture these skies in San Francisco, and you could take that capture and feed that into Hyperion, and it would just light up.
Hyperion is our secret weapon, I think, to make the world seem, vibrant.
When the going gets tough, our young hero learns the hard way that a superhero is only as great as the enemy he must face. And this face ain't no joke.
Even though Disney villains are incredibly memorable, they never see themselves as the villain of the movie.
I want my daughter back.
They see themselves as the hero of the movie that are trying to accomplish a task, but are not taking something into consideration, and it's generally the safety of other people.
Callahan, in one sense, is dealing with the loss of Abigail in a very similar way that Hero starts off. Because I think Hero initially is wanting revenge.
And, Callahan gets a surprise sort of at the end that, his daughter is not gone. And so his whole way of thinking is just proven to be wrong.
In the final moments of his journey, Hero will eventually find success. But it will take a very personal sacrifice.
I cannot deactivate until you say you are satisfied with your care.
No! I can't lose you two!
Disney has never been afraid to take on very difficult, really challenging emotional truths.
And loss, I think, is something that we've all experienced.
The hardest part about dealing with loss is understanding that the person that you've lost is still inside of you. And that you'll always be able to get to that place. And that, for me, it was a story about his brother being able to see him alive again in a way that he wasn't really alive. But for Hero, he was.
I will always be with you.
One of my earliest childhood memories was watching Bambi, because it was a movie that is really sweet, really winning, really charming, but it's also the movie that told me that my parents were going to die. Sorry. To think that you can create something that is so entertaining and makes people really connect with the characters and really get lost in the story, and at the same time could take on these really important, really emotional ideas in ways that remind people of these very simple truths that are important.
The one thing that I do know is that as long as we keep telling stories about the people that we lost, they will never go away.
At the end of every journey, a hero will return home a changed person.
The whole city of San Francisco is asking, who are these heroes and where are they now?
I had so much fun playing Go-Go. It was most definitely an experience of a lifetime. So thank you so much for hanging out with me here in my hometown. Let's pound it out. Ba-la-la-la-la.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. At first, we're just like, oh, God. Thank you so much.
The moment that I realized that I could be an animator was when we went to Disney World when I was in 2nd grade.
Oh, sure. The table idea was really cool.
The first movie I remember seeing was Robin Hood. I've always really loved the villains.
I knew since I was 5 years old I wanted to work at Disney, be an animator at Disney. It's awesome. It's so cool.
How do you describe what you do to people who have no idea what you do?
As a supervisor, we translate what the director wants to the animators.
But our job extends out to much more than that, where we almost are liaisons to other departments and cross-departmental communication, especially in the character building process, where we actually start building these guys up from the ground up.
Right.
I have some concerns.
These characters are touched by, what was our crew, 70-odd people?
We had 68 animators, 7 crowd fix, 5 supervisors, 1 head of animation, 1 Marquette.
All trying to animate one character and make him look like he was all animated by the same person.
We have so many characters. How are we going to create specificity? And so we thought, okay, how can you describe a character via, a few descriptive words?
Honey lemon, go-go, wasabi. I spilled wasabi on my shirt 1 time, people!
And then from there, it was time to do a bit of an experiment, walk through a door and sit down in a chair. And how are we going to make sure that each one of them moves in a distinct way, not just looks differently?
When I was doing the hero test, I had my younger brother, Jordan, who was in town, who sort of embodies hero in a way. And I was like, all right, you're kind of sloppy. Come here and sit down in this chair. I'm just going to record you. And he did this little thing where he kicked the chair to scoot it to meet to his bum. And I thought, wow, that's actually a really unique thing that feels like kind of a little more unkempt, sloppy kind of energy to it.
It gives a little texture to the animation.
It gives a little texture, too.
If I don't go to this nerd school, I'm gonna lose my mind. How do I get in?
You guys all have brothers?
Yeah.
That's why I got into this movie, was that relationship with Tadashi. That was some of the most fun stuff that I got to pull from my childhood, when Tadashi takes Hiro's head and kind of like ruffles his hair and kind of pushes him away. And that was me and my brother, 100%.
I mean, he's this father figure to Hiro, but he is still on that brother level.
No. I was just gonna tell you that your fly was down the whole time.
What?
Aunt Cass, a lot of the things that we did early on was having her handle a bunch of different things and then try to incorporate that sort of easygoingness. Of course, Maya Rudolph brought those wonderful comedic moments.
Special dinner tonight. I'll whip up some chicken wings, with the hot sauce that makes our faces numb.
And I didn't know it was happening until these guys kind of pointed it out, that she started to just look like my wife.
She did.
Maybe, I don't know, I find her face very appealing, so then I naturally had to.
That's a very good thing to say and have recorded for all time.
You got that?
Yeah.
Go-Go is essentially a female Clint Eastwood.
That's it.
A speed demon, adrenaline junkie.
She's not trying to be sexy. She's not trying to be anything. She's just purely confident in who she is.
That's because no one's done it before. 0 resistance, faster bike. But not fast enough.
Wasabi.
But he's got a lot of neuroses. He's deathly afraid of germs and very much fears for his own life. And that was a big change from what was originally what we were going for in the cafe experiment also, because he was more cool Zen guy.
He was much larger, yeah. He lost about, what, $125?
Once Damon Wayans Jr. came on, he just lent himself in the range.
Because you'll be dancing with these. Hand over the mask or you'll get a taste of this. And a little bit of that all you got? Oh, you got that too?
And Honey, she's just, she's a close stalker. Right. She really gets in your face.
I've heard so much about you!
And it's really genuine and sweet, but she's also this, chemistry genius.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, hi! You're gonna love this! Ta-da! It's pretty great, huh?
The way Honey holds herself in her test very much dictated how she was going to move in the film.
She is that positive, glass half full kind of girl.
I told you we'd make it!
And Fred, he is just this guy who lives by comic books.
Right. The movie catches up with Fred.
I have a theory.
TJ, what he provides, these one-liners that are animation gold.
But she says that's not
science.
It's really not.
Yeah, and I guess the shrink ray I asked Wasabi for isn't science either, is it?
Baymax was really interesting because the mantra that we had with him was unimate, not animate. Keeping everything very still, very symmetrical, and separating out movements. So, you know, like he would turn his head and then wave, or turn his body and then move his head.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion.
The classic 12 principles of animation were kind of thrown out the window. It's like, no, just hold them still.
There.
And that was the most interesting thing in like rounds and stuff, is like people be like, oh, I haven't animated Baymax yet. And we're like, yes.
Perfect.
You did it.
I love that robot.
Think superhero, it's like, you know, and they're just cool. But then you see kind of a dumpier version in this awesome suit.
Whoa, hold up. Focus. Show them what you got, buddy.
Creating the control of the cafe at first felt like a restriction, but it really made us dig deep and find what those characters would do in that controlled situation.
And it was absolutely necessary on a film with, what, like 13 main characters in a manner of speaking.
It's amazing that they all hold up like that.
They all, No, we planned it, and there is no luck involved at all. You guys did an awesome job. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, man. You too.
Like,
San Francisco, a buzzing metropolitan mashup of two of the biggest cities in the world. It's laden with mystery, culture, heroes, and villains. Villains like Hans from Frozen? I'd wondered where he went after they banished him from Arendelle.
I know, right?
Believe it or not, that's not the only thing hidden from Frozen and other Disney films in this movie.
Okay, I like where this is heading.
Let's go on a special mission and search for some of the many secrets hidden in Big Hero 6.
Prepare to be amazed. Awesome!
Even though it's obvious Hans isn't like no matter where he goes,
Whoa.
Frozen makes its presence known throughout San Francisco. If anyone down there needs a hug, there's an Olaf statue ready and waiting. Are you wondering how all of this Frozen stuff got here?
Yes!
Look no further than the San Francisco Marina. That ship just came in all the way from Arendelle.
This is not possible!
Speaking of Arendelle, there it is, right there.
I love it!
Not bad. Okay, that's enough Frozen. Time to let it go.
Hey guys, check this out.
The guys who made this movie didn't just hide Frozen Easter eggs throughout the film, they even hid themselves.
You gotta be kidding me.
Whoa, getting a little weird here, guys.
There's also a lot of stuff from Wreck-It Ralph.
What?
I bet it was bugging you where you've seen these guys before. Yup, those are baby cybugs. Aren't they cute?
Yes.
They're the sworn enemy of the soldiers in Hero's Duty. It was always hard to see those guys fall.
Ow.
And of course, no Disney movie would be complete without some hidden Mickeys. Look closely. Can you see it? There it is.
Here's the best part.
Some people wear Mickey Mouse watches. Hero wears Mickey on his shoes.
No way.
Pretty sick, huh?
I bet you didn't see that the first time you saw the movie.
It's pretty great, huh?
You probably also didn't see hidden references to Tangled or Bolt either. I promise you, they are all there and more.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
But what's the fun of giving everything away?
I have a theory.
So next time you watch Big Hero 6, your mission is to look for new things, like this poster, teasing the next film from Disney Animation Studios, Zootopia.
Sick.
Pretty cool, huh? Yeah! Thanks for watching. See you next time here in San Francisco.
Woohoo! That was sick.
Hey everybody, I'm Don Hall.
And I'm Chris Williams, and we are the directors of Big Hero 6.
We're super excited to show you some deleted scenes. These are scenes that we all really love, but for whatever reason didn't make it into the final film.
You know, over the course of production, the story changes a lot, and so we're actually very happy to be able to show them to you now.
At one point, this next scene was the actual prologue of the film. It actually opened the film. We love the scene, it's really well boarded, but ultimately we found that it kind of started the movie off a little slow, and we opted for a more energetic scene like the bot fight. So take a look.
Okay, my name's Hiro Hamada, and as you can probably tell, I never set out to be a superhero. I mean, it's not exactly a regular life for a 14-year-old kid. But I guess I've never been what you call a regular kid. I was a little different right from the start.
And Cass, you gotta see this.
At school, I kind of stuck out too. So they thought it would be good if I skipped a few grades. And then I skipped a few more. Look at this kid.
Hey, kindergarten's that way.
Good one. Oh, I don't even want to know.
Tadashi Hiro!
Whoa! Almost got it. And Cass, we're gonna be late on our first day.
Nah, it's right across the street. Okay, Tadashi, move your arm up a little bit, and there.
Come on, let's go, Tadashi. Besides, who'd look out for Tadashi if I wasn't around?
Hey everybody, this is another alternate opening where we got to experience the incident that kicks off the villain's plot. And while we love the sequence, it plays really well, it felt disconnected from the rest of the movie. And we opted to actually put this scene later on in the film and have it be experienced by Hiro and the team with the audience at the same time. But take a look.
Good evening, General. Hope your flight was
Okay. Welcome to Project Silent Sparrow, the world's first portal to an alternate universe. After several successful excursions using robot probes, today we're sending in our first human pilot. And here she is now.
Evening, sir. General?
Now, the pod she'll be flying, it allows her to collect and bring back samples without ever leaving the capsule.
How's she supposed to do that?
I'm glad you asked. With this.
What is this?
The R279, a microbot. Captain, if you'd please. Using neurological sensors connected directly to her brain, she is able to command thousands of them, forming any number of tools, large or small.
All technicians, please clear the floor for launch.
Showtime. Let me introduce our chief scientist, Dr. Robert Callahan. Today is the result of over 20 years of his hard work.
Welcome, General.
Dr. Callahan, the capsule is in position.
All systems, check in.
Life support, go. Oxygen, go.
Instruments, go. Thrusters, go.
All systems, go. Ready, Captain?
Ready, sir.
Good luck.
The portal is at full capacity.
On my mark. 3, 2, 1. Engage Alpha engine.
Alpha engaged.
Dislodge capsule.
Roger that, Control. Whew. Here we go.
Capsule integrity holding. Vital signs are reading strong.
Captain, status update.
All systems go, Control. I've crossed Van Allen's gate.
Well done, Robert. Well done.
Thank you. You too, Lawrence.
I'm getting a strange reading, sir.
Captain, we're getting some interference in the portal scan.
Everything's normal here. Oh, wait, now I'm getting something. Let me check this in.
Captain?
Sir, we have a containment breach.
What is that?
Holland, shut this thing down!
But the pilot, we have to do this slowly.
Shut it down now!
We can't! That will blow the generator!
Get out of my way!
This is a really cool scene from very early on in one of our screenings where our villain Yokai had recruited a lot of other villains throughout San Francisco into this motley crew, this team, to pull off a series of heists. It's really well boarded, it's really cinematic, it's really, really cool, but ultimately we had to cut it because the story shifted. But take a look.
What the hell? Oh.
Fish tacos? Right on!
Are you guys still open?
Sweet! I love fish tacos!
We've got to get a better getaway car.
So this is a scene from a very early version of the story where Fred was much more of an instigator. He actually came up with the idea of forming the superhero team. So let's take a look at that.
He storyboarded it.
That's right, I storyboarded it.
Okay. Oh, no, 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 ow! Ah! Sorry.
Fred, will you just chill with the hook?
Every great superhero origin story starts with a grappling hook. Even you should know that.
Can you just be normal for like 2 minutes? And be quiet.
Oh, good call. Play it stealthy. All right, hero, jump. I'll catch you. Oh, sorry. I can't see very well in the mask.
Hero? Fred? Is that a grappling hook?
No.